How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to have some highlights from multiple viewer games that I played during my live stream within the last couple of days. Yesterday I was able to complete 5 viewer games, as well as I gave away a $10 PSN code. And something to keep in mind is that there will be future giveaways as well. I like to keep them spontaneous and surprise you guys when I'm going to go ahead and do so. So look out for in the future where a PSN code might be hidden in one of these videos, and the first person to type it in will go ahead and redeem that. So I'm trying to give back to people that are always consistently watching the videos first, as well as give you guys multiple chances to win a game against me. And basically what I mean by that is I pick these viewer games based upon a random generator. I use Nightbot to go ahead and select a keyword. I type in that keyword. Everyone else that wants to play types in the keyword, and Nightbot selects one winner. The reason for that is to keep it 100% as fair as possible. These games were pretty good. I always have really good games against viewers, and I just want to clarify that as well. It's always really friendly, and it's awesome to interact with the chat and match up against you guys playing just friendly games of MLB The Show. I think that is really awesome to include into the content, as well as upload the videos or the game highlights from those videos. Basically, so people that are following the channel can see themselves play games on the channel. So I think that it's really awesome. But another thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is if you are subscribed to the Twitch account, you will have an increased chance to win a game against me. You will have a 4 times chance, so you get 4 entries rather than just 1 for simply just following the channel. But we have winners all the time that are not subscribed, so it keeps it fair for everyone, and also gives us people that subscribe to the channel a little bit of an advantage as well. But so far throughout this game, Frank the Tank is an amazing opponent. I felt like he was outplaying me up until this point. I got lucky with the Chipper Jones home run earlier. I dropped a PCI. I was able to hit a no-doubter still, but I wasn't on it all the way, as well as he had multiple chances and had good okay contact, good squared up contact that resulted in outs. It just seemed like he was outplaying me. I wasn't able to really locate any pitches so far throughout this game, and he ends up lining out with Babe Ruth to end it. Griffey does track the ball down, and we ended up winning that one 2-0. But I definitely felt like Frank the Tank deserved the win there, and he outplayed me. But in the next game, we are going up against Carter Games TV, and he has a Twitch channel as well. He also has a YouTube channel. He plays a variety of games, and he is very good at MLB The Show. I've played him previously. We matched up in a friendly game for a debut video where I was trying out Bob Feller, as well as he has played me in some other viewer games earlier in different MLB The Shows as well. So it's always nice to give everybody a chance. It's always nice to go up against people that I haven't played in a while. And then I also match up with people that I recently played, and we can kind of get a rematch in. Basically, you are allowed to play 1 time per stream, and if you enter each time, then you have an increased chance to win. Obviously, there are some people that are a part of every live stream that I am a part of as well, and they also enter each time. They're able to play. Sometimes people aren't able to play. I completely understand. But in this game so far, it was a pretty good one. I was able to get something going in the first inning. So is Carter, and we both kind of have 1 run, 1 home run each, as well as a couple of base hits, a couple opportunities to go ahead and score multiple runs. But in this situation, he does have a guy on second base. He had Anthony Rendon, the finest version, smack that one into the gap. And I'm still using Madison Bumgarner, even though it's the 2nd inning of a 3-inning game. I felt like I could play the matchup, play the lefty matchup. I probably should have taken him out before facing Rendon, but I felt like if I could get a couple outs in that inning and play the lefty matchup, then I can kind of save my other lefties in the bullpen for a matchup in the 3rd inning, because I know that these games are going to be really close. No lead is really safe in these ones, and even though he's up by 2 runs, it's just one of these seeing eye singles away, as well as a home run away from tying it up. So basically in this situation, I felt like I mismanaged my bullpen a little bit, but at the same time we still have a chance to tack on a couple of runs as well. He makes a diving effort with Ted Williams. Actually, that's Babe Ruth in left field. I believe he had Ted Williams in right field. And I thought he might have had a chance to throw me out there at third base. We do come home and score another run. I had another sac fly to go ahead and tie the game up. And then I thought that this play was pretty strange. Babe Ruth hits a hard ground ball. He does have 125 power, but a hard ground ball to a diamond fielder, Roberto Alomar, he missed that one, and I ended up getting a double on it. But so far through these Vera games, my hitting has been fairly inconsistent. I have struck out quite a few times. I struck out a few times in the game against Frank the Tank, I struck out there in a crucial situation with Willie Mays facing a lefty, and then Carter goes ahead and hits a double into the gap with 2 outs. He definitely has a chance here to go ahead and get a 2-out rally and take the lead in the top of the 3rd inning, putting the pressure on me. So far, every run that he's been able to score, I was able to respond as well, but I have had a tough time pitching. I've been inconsistent at the plate, which is not going to help because I've also had a tough time locating, giving up a lot of runs so far. 4 runs in this one. I got lucky by not giving up any runs in the previous game, but in recent viewer games, I have been giving up quite a few runs. That's basically the way it goes, though. You guys are very good players, and that's why I think it's really nice practice to go ahead and play in these situations. So we ended up losing that last game. We're hopping into another one, and this was probably the most awkward hit I've ever had in this year in MLB The Show 19. I don't really know how this was a home run. I was way underneath it, and I'm going to go ahead and move my face cam so you can see the PCI placement, a 12-6 curveball. I'm not really sure what his feedback was like on that one, but we were able to hit a 2-run homer. That was probably the most surprising home run I've ever had in any MLB The Show. It was definitely the most awkward home run of the year so far. And even Mad Curve was surprised and said, like, what even happened? I asked him what his feedback was like, but I'm not really sure if he said anything about it. Later on in the inning, though, I was able to kind of score a couple more runs. Chipper Jones with a clutch double down the line. It was pretty much a strange hit. But so far, a couple runs in the first, four runs, and Mad Curve is able to respond. He had an interesting strike him out, throw him out in the first inning. He is aggressive. He's going to use the hit and run to his ability. This time he smacks one deep with Frank Thomas. I brought in the lefty, and he went ahead and pinch hit and platoon Lou Gehrig, and that worked out for him. Later on in the game, he is able to get a base hit with Johnny Bench, start something up, and basically I have a really good chance to lose this game. Even though I'm up by 2 runs, this opponent is going to go ahead and play the matchups. He brings in another righty, smacks one into the gap, and just like that, we have a possibly a 1-run game. He's going to try and score with this 44 speed coming around from third base, and Honus Wagner gets him by half a step, a full step, just barely at the plate. That was a pretty important play. And later on, we also responded with Babe Ruth. Hit a 2-run shot, a low and away sinker. I felt like I went the other way with that one pretty well. And so far in this game, I have been able to score a few more runs than I have been in the previous games. I wasn't really squaring up the ball. In this one, I was able to kind of square it up a few times, as well as get lucky with the 2-run shot earlier with that Willie Mays hit, where I was completely underneath the baseball. But like I said earlier, no lead is safe, even though we're up by 6. Now it's 5. When Ken Griffey Jr. goes deep, and we do have 2 down here in the 3rd inning, an 0-2 count with Raleigh Fingers on the mound, so hopefully I can get out of this. Still gave up quite a few runs, 3 runs in this game, and that's pretty much how it's been. If I'm not able to score at least 5 or 6 runs in ranked seasons, then I'm not going to win the game. We're in another one already, giving up a 2-run shot. I played the matchup with Billy Wagner against Babe Ruth, and game turns on it. Game actually had a rematch. I played him the previous day, and he entered in every single time the following day, and he was able to win again. So it's pretty cool to go ahead and get a rematch. We tie the game up with this ball into the gap. 64 speed, should be able to come around and score from first base with this Willie Mays double. I am going to try and extend it for a triple, and he gets thrown out. So we do score the 2 runs to tie it, but I made a bonehead base running move right there and got thrown out at third. It was a pretty close play, and if I got a head-first hook slide, I might have been safe, but that wasn't the case. Roberto Alomar responds with a solo shot. He puts him up 3-2 right there in the top of the 2nd inning, and JT Realmuto is up at the plate. He's also going deep. So game was definitely on point in this one. His timing was a little bit better than in the previous game. We matched up, like I said, the day before, and I barely won. I mean, it was a really close game. Every single time I've played game, it's been a close one, and he's going to score 2 runs in this inning as well with another 2-run shot. Really makes it more difficult for me to come back in this one. Top of the 3rd with a 2 outs, and he hits a 2-run homer. So I'm trying somehow to get a rally going. We knock one in there with Willie Mays, so that's going to make it a 3-run deficit. We have Ted Williams coming up to the plate. That one was squared up pretty well. An inside fastball, middle in, and Ted Williams deposits it for a 2-run homer. So we're right back in this game. 1 swing away from tying it. We got on base with Chipper Jones. That's going to bring up Lou Gehrig, and I ended up grounding out into a game-ending double play. I had a really good chance. I hit a foul home run in that at bat, and I was unable to get the job done. But that's why I always say it's really good practice. Game was definitely more on point in that last game. He was squaring up the ball, having some really good at bats. In the game I played with him prior to, I felt like I got a little bit lucky. That's how it can go sometimes in these 3-inning games. Anyone can win. It can be back and forth. And in this next one, we will be going up against somebody who I've never played before. This is the first time I've been going up against Mythical here. And he said he was a very good pitcher. And I was talking a little bit about how I might be the worst pitcher. I really struggle in this game this year trying to locate a pitch. And so far, I mean, he was a very good pitcher. I really only had a couple base hits in this game, including this one solo shot. And I thought that Mythical was a really good pitcher. I mean, he is able to locate pretty well. He was able to keep me off balance and really only missed that one spot. Luckily, I was able to square it up and hit it out for a home run, simply because he can tie this game up. I mean, if I only had 1-run lead, he would be able to tie this game up. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning, down to his last out with Mike Yastrzemski. He didn't really have too many Signature Series cards, but he did have quite a bit of finest and some budget cards. That's why I really like this. It's a nice chance to go up against you guys, as well as see a variety in teams. But hopefully you guys will enjoy. I'm going to be playing the event a little bit later during my live stream later tonight. So hopefully I see you guys over there for that, and might mix in some viewer games as well. But until next time, everyone, peace out.